Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, then welcome. I've got some nice summary reads that I want to get through. So the first book that I'm going to start with, that I'm super excited about, honestly I cannot wait for this, is The Summer of Broken Rules. Okay, so I have just finished like the first, not a chapter, like section, the Sunday bit. I'm now on to Monday, and basically they've got to the vineyard, they've sort of like all met each other, and they have had it announced that they're going to be playing assassin. Also, I knew from the minute that she kicked him in the face by accident, he was going to be there and he's probably going to be the love interest. And I was like, after the whole like Stephen joke bit with her sister at the start, I was like, oh my god, if his name is Stephen. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. It's very addictive. So where I'm up to is I'm on to the second day. I'm nearly at 100 pages. I think I'm on like 75 or something. And they've basically started their game of assassin. She's already eliminated her first person, but it was kind of like an easy target, and they just didn't really care because they weren't wanting to play anyway. But now she's like sneaking off to go and see Wit, and oh, I just love them two together already, like so much. And I'm just loving this whole book because there's something like all the way throughout so far to like keep you engaged, and they're like witty banter and stuff. I'm just like, oh yes, I'm here for it. The story is getting so good. So Meredith and Wit both have like 2 assassinations under their belt, and I'm just loving this whole story and this whole like vibe and layout and the whole like romance aspect, like their witty banter between them and like their flirtatiousness and stuff is already so good that I'm super excited to see what's gonna happen. I'm up to the point where he's had like 8 eliminations or 10 maybe assassinations. I think he did 8 in a day, because she gave him her sister's like massive super soaker like jetpack water gun, but now she's got his name, so she has to assassinate him. Although he doesn't obviously know this, and they made a pact to like tell each other who their next victims are, and obviously they're going on like this big hike together and stuff, and they're like proper falling for each other, and they've just spent the night together. So I'm wondering if and when and how she's gonna get him and what's gonna happen, because obviously he wants to go and tour like New Zealand and Australia and like travel around there for a year, and she's obviously off to college and stuff. So I think she's getting a bit scared because she really likes him and he obviously really likes her, but they don't know what they're gonna do about things yet when like it's over and they've only got a few days left. Finally finished the Summer of Broken Rules last night. Stayed up till about 1 AM reading this, so yeah, I was quite tired. But I really enjoyed it. Like, I loved their romance. Oh my god, I was right, he was called Stephen, and it turns out in a big twist that he actually knew her sister. Sorry for the spoilers. And I just loved like all the little Taylor Swift references like sprinkled throughout it as well. I just, oh my god, it was such a good read. So good for summer. Like, if you have it and you haven't read it yet, read it now whilst the weather's good, because honestly that book was so good. On to the next one. Today's read, I'm going to do Beach Read by Emily Henry. Obviously they've met. They didn't have the best initial setting off on the right foot, but I have a feeling that this is where it's going to get very good, because the next chapter is chapter 8 and it's called The Bet, and I think that's where, I believe this is the one where they swap genres because they've got like writing blocks, so I'm assuming that they're going to bet each other to write their different novel styles, and then we're going to end up seeing a bit of like the romance aspect and things, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So I'm just trying to get through some books, get a bit further on my Goodreads goal, and yeah, just enjoy some nice summery books whilst the weather is quite nice. I'm up to the part where I've literally just read the shortest chapter of my life as well, by the way. I'll quickly read it to you. It's not even a page, it's literally just a sentence. Also, I quite like the fact that all of the chapters in this are named. So it sort of describes what's going to happen. So it was chapter 13, The Dream, and it literally just says, I dreamed about Gus Everett and woke up needing a shower. I just quickly wanted to come on here and say that I am loving like all the flipping like Taylor Swift style references in these books that I'm reading. Is just everything to me. Like the fact that they have like aligning windows on their beach houses, and they haven't like drawn the curtains or anything, and they're basically, you know, the You Belong With Me Taylor Swift video where they hold up the signs at the window, they're literally doing that to each other, and it's so cute. Okay, I want to just quickly read this bit. He's like, okay, she's like, I'd started working at 8 and had managed to write about 500 words by the time Gus came to sit at his kitchen table facing mine. He wrote his first note of the day and held it up. I squinted to read. And then he's put, sorry I got weird last night, on like his notebook, and held it up so that she can read it through the window. My notebook and marker were already ready. They always were. I didn't know exactly what he meant, but I imagined it had something to do with being adults who weren't dating but were holding hands under a table at Olive Garden. I fought a sinking feeling in my stomach. Yes, it had been weird. I had also loved it. Oh my god, so much has happened since I started reading. So they went on all of their like research dates to this drive-in movie theatre. So this was planned by January, and they got a little bit romantic in the backseat and they started to make out, and then one of the officials that works at the place was banging on the window and was like, this is a family establishment, you need to leave. She basically asked him what his tattoo was all about, and he was saying that it was a marriage tattoo that he got with his ex-wife, and that apparently she had cheated on him with his college roommate, and they broke up after 2 years on his birthday because he had asked her about what was going on. And I just want to read this little like few lines that I've just read, because so it says she's saying, and also for what it's worth, I think the giant black blob suits you. Not because you're a black hole, but because it's funny and weird. If you think so, then I have no regrets, he murmured. You got a tattoo, I said, still a little amazed. I have several, but if you want to see the others, you have to buy me dinner. Okay, so my delivery of all my many books that I've just bought to add to my collection has just arrived. Their last romantic moment, they got interrupted by the delivery guy that was delivering their food because the doorbell rang, and now they are going on one of her like rom-com research dates for him on the beach. And I've just finished a beach read. Oh my god, I love this so much. Like honestly, this book is so good. At the minute, of the two that I've read, I think I would say that I slightly prefer The Summer of Broken Rules, but this was still an incredible read, and I don't know how it's taken me so long to read it. Like I'm actually a bit obsessed with this and their story. And I've basically just got to the part where her mum's died. She's had to like ring her dad to get her a plane ticket to go and stay with him for a bit, but he doesn't know what's happened. And she's just come across someone on the ferry who looked like they were taking photos of her, and I'm wondering if that's going to be the love interest, because they've not actually been introduced yet, and I have a feeling that it could be. I'm currently up to page 134. I'm about 40% of the way through, I think. I've just got to the bit with the jellyfish. If you've read it and you know, then she's just gone to give Samson his memory card back, and they're currently having a chat in Samson's house. I'm up to page 250 now. I'm at a bit of like a plot twist where it's like, I want answers, and I'm fairly sure so does Bea. But they've had so many cute moments, and like, oh, just how they are with each other, and now this has happened and I'm just like, I need answers, so I'm gonna keep reading because this book is too good right now. Okay, so I finally finished Heartbones, and oh my god, it was so good. The twist, like, I didn't really see it coming, I'm not gonna lie, and then the ending was so cute, and oh, I just loved it. I loved Bea and Samson's story, and I wouldn't say it's a 5-star read for me. I'd say it's probably like a 4, 4.5. But I did really enjoy it. I'm thinking my next one's gonna probably be Malibu Rising. Already seems very good. There's already like juicy stuff happening and like family dramas and stuff. Okay, so I'm actually really enjoying this book so far. I'm probably only about 50 or 60 pages in, about 60 pages, and it keeps like flashing back between the current day, which they're on, and the time leading up to Nina's party, but it also flashes back to when her parents first met and first were like dating and getting together and stuff. So it's really interesting, and I'm really enjoying it, and yeah, can't wait to see what's going to happen. In the flashbacks it's just got to like where her parents got married and had her, and in the current day it's just sort of like the first few hours of the day. So Nina's gone surfing and she's going to the restaurant to help out for a few hours before she meets her siblings. But there's some juicy stuff going on already that's like gonna probably cause a bit of beef between the brothers. That was in like the first chapter, so yeah, it's already getting a bit heated. Let's just say I'm loving this book, and it's very different from what I have been reading, but in a refreshing way. And I just know that soon I'm gonna hit the point where like when they're actually having the party, so much stuff is gonna go down, and I'm like, Okay, so far it is seeming like the sort of like flashback to the past bits were only in part 1. Seems like part 2 is literally just all about the present day and the party, and it's so juicy. I'm so hooked on this book. So basically someone's just revealed that they're pregnant, someone else has just like admitted that they made a mistake and wants to get back with someone who said yes, but I'm not so sure that they are overly convinced. But the whole like pregnancy thing is like such a big thing. If you've read it then you'll know. So Jay has just took Lara to Hudson's truck, and they had a little look in the glove box, and now he's figured something out that he's obviously not very happy about. so much is happening, so many like juicy things going on that I'm just like, I finally just finished the book, Malibu Rising. Oh my god, it was so good. Like, the ending seemed like perfect, like it tied up everything so well. But yeah, I love this book so much. I think I'd give it like 4 stars, probably on my like initial rating, but I'll let it sit with me for a bit and see what I think. So now I'm going to move on to my 5th and final read, which I think is going to be Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. But it's just got to a bit where in the flashback her and Delilah had become friends again, so she took Delilah with her and her family to the beach house one year, and it's when her and Sam sort of started to have feelings for each other. Okay, so we just got to Percy's first kiss. So basically Delilah and Sam were playing sort of like truth or dare, and Delilah dared Sam to kiss Percy, but he didn't. It was Charlie, and then he got like, you could tell he was a bit jealous, and she was a bit gutted that it was Charlie, not Sam. So she said, so they've started like fooling around a little bit, and she stopped them and she was like, we need to talk, I say, then look at the ceiling, but not before 2 fat tears roll down my cheeks. I brush them away. You don't have to tell me anything, he says, taking my hand, but I shake my head. I have to. I squeeze his fingers tight. 12 years ago you asked me to marry you, I whisper. Breathe. I remember, he says with a sad smile, and I pushed you away. Yeah, he rasps, I remember that too. I need you to know why I said no when I loved you so much, when all I wanted was to say yes. What happened? I want to know why she wouldn't marry him. Like, it must be something big or bad, right? Oh my god, she hooked up with his brother. Oh my god, so I've just finally finished Every Summer After by Carly Fortune, which is the 5th and final book of this video. Oh my god, I love the plot twists in this book so much, and the ending is so cute. Like, I've literally just finished it, and that was the cutest, like, last paragraph I think ever. So this one, I think I would probably give it a 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed this book, and that also concludes the end of this video. So I really do hope that you enjoyed it. Please do give it a big thumbs up if you did, and remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one very soon.